Welcome to Ricky PSC and welcome to my World Cup Budget Stack series. In these videos I'm going to be going over different teams and players that you can enter into your Global Cup as well as your All-Star and International Specials during the World Cup to hopefully win you some prizes without breaking the bank. And I'm going to do the research so you don't have to. Let's get into it, guys. Okay guys, in this video we're going to be talking about Uruguay and the options you've got there. Uruguay are in Group H with Portugal, Ghana and Korean Republic. South Korea aka. I think Uruguay are going to finish second in this group, personally. Could there be an upset? I don't know. I think Uruguay have still got a decent, strong squad, but as you'll see in this video, a lot of the starters in the squad are fairly old, and the team that I've picked is actually the oldest stack of the series, but because they are old and gold, they are also cheap. So let's get into these players. So for the goalkeeper pick, I've gone for Fernando Muslera. Muslera is currently sitting at £101 for his limited and £729 for his rare. Something to consider with Muslera, he is 36 years old, playing for Galatasaray. Quite old for a football player, but in the Turkish league, not the oldest for a goalkeeper. So just be aware that if you do purchase Muslera, there is a chance of retirement. But for me, he's the number one pick for Uruguay. Sorare seem to disagree, which I'll tell you about after. He played 10 of the World Cup qualifications in the campaign. For me, I still think he's the number one pick, but we'll see. They seem to think, based on the cost in the Global Cup, that Sergio Rocher will get the call up from Nacional. If we go to the national team, he played 4 World Cup qualifiers and 4 international friendlies though. For me, I'm going to go with Muslera. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think I am wrong. But let's move on to the defence. Diego Godin. Another 36-year-old, but he's £3.50 for his limited, and you can pick his rare up for £50. I still think Godin is a Uruguay legend, and I think he will start the games at centre-back for Uruguay. Obviously, this will be his last World Cup, and I think that he will be the main man in defence, alongside another person who I've picked in the squad, Jimenez. So yeah, I think a good option. He's not played a massive amount because I think you'll find he's had some injuries recently. Yeah, as you can see, injured. But then he has come back and he's played pretty much 2 full games nearly. And he is fit for the World Cup. I think he is the starter. Next, in midfield, I've gone for Mateus Vecino. A really cheap option again. 31 years old. £5.60. He's currently playing for Lazio, and £48 for his rare. He's been getting more sub appearances recently, but I think he's a good option to have. One of the reasons I went with Vecino is the Uruguay midfield is extremely expensive because you have the likes of some big players who I'm going to mention in a minute, so stick around. But nationally, Vecino, even despite not playing that much for Lazio and being a cheaper option, he played 11 of the World Cup qualifiers and 5 international friendlies leading up to this, and he even chipped in with a goal and an assist. So I think he does get in, personally. Now, very controversial figure, and I'm sure a Uruguay legend if you are Uruguayan, Luis Suarez. £29 for his limited and £2.80 for his rare. 35 years of age, playing for Nacional. This is going to be his last World Cup again, I think. But I think he will be one of the main strikers up there. I think he'll be starting most games, if not every game. So a really good option to have, Luis Suarez. If we go to the campaign for the National, 14 games, 8 goals in the qualifiers. Scoring 8 in 14 for your national team. It doesn't really matter how old you are, you're going to play. Next, in the extra slot, I've gone for Jose Maria Jimenez at £16, the Atletico Madrid defender. As you can see, pretty good defender overall. He's had some DMPs recently at club level, But Uruguay, he will be one of the main options at centre-back again, in my opinion. 13 of the World Cup qualifiers. He's going to be in there with Godin, in my opinion. Please let me know if I'm wrong. So let's go to some more expensive options. Why I didn't put him in midfield. One of the main men at Real Madrid at the moment, having an amazing season, Federico Valverde. £250 for his limited, or an eye-watering £2,000 for his rare. For me, just for a World Cup competition, obviously I'm not even going to consider Valverde. And a lot of my viewers won't either, because we tend to have the smaller portfolios, my viewers. If you want to spend the money on him, you're going to have a cracking player for the future. For me, it's a bit too hot for my blood. Another expensive option, but not too bad, is Bentancur for Tottenham Hotspur, who's having a really good season at Tottenham. Pulled them out of the mud last game when they were losing and got them the win. Great player, £100 for his limited, £450 for his rare. He will be starting in midfield with Valverde and Vecino, in my opinion. Another player I really wanted to put in midfield is Di Arraseta. Now, Di Arraseta plays a lot for the national team, and as you can see, he played 8 and scored 5 and assisted 1, but he doesn't have a card on Sorare in terms of limiteds and rares, but you can pick him in the Global Cup, which I'll show you later on. For me, he's an amazing option, and he will get you some high scores with Uruguay. Next, another Liverpool man, Darwin Núñez, £178 for his rare, for his limited, sorry, which isn't that bad actually for a limited Liverpool striker. I know they've not been having the greatest season, but I think they will return to form. £1,500 nearly for his rare. Really good option to have. He will be starting up front with Luis Suarez every game, in my opinion. And I think him and Suarez will score and assist a lot of goals. Another option, obviously another expensive option for a defender, Araujo. I think he will be also playing a lot of games. I think personally they will play him as a right back maybe. But yeah, Araujo is a great option. But if you want to spend the cash, you're going to have to spend the cash. £70 for his limited, £700 for his rare. For a defender, expensive, but he's a good player for Barcelona. He has recently had some injuries and stuff, but I expect him to be starting games for Uruguay. So this is the team that I've gone with. It's one of the cheapest so far. Muslera, Godin, Mateus Vecino, Luis Suarez, and Jose Maria Jimenez. This team altogether will cost you £159, which is by far the cheapest team I've done so far. Not only that, I think these will finish second in the group and go to the last 16. So you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck with this team. Okay guys, so let's look in terms of the Global Cup at these players now. So if we go to goalkeepers, Sorare seem to think that Sergio Rocher is going to play ahead of Muslera. I disagree, respectfully. I think Muslera is going to get the starts, but who knows? Let me know if you disagree. Defenders, Godin at an 8, Jimenez at a 10, Araujo at a 9. So the two centre-backs that I've gone with, likely going to start, in my opinion. Araujo a 9. I think at right back, again, let me know if I'm wrong. Valverde at 15, because of his club form, obviously, he's doing amazing. Vecino's down here at a 7, but Vecino played at quite a few games, so I think he will do okay. You've got some other good options like Facundo Torres from the MLS. But yeah, I've personally gone with Vecino on this one, because you're going to have to spend a shitload of money, or they just haven't got a card on Sorare. And then forwards, Darwin Núñez, Luis Suarez, obviously. And where is Di Arraseta? Is he here somewhere? Oh, he's there. Georgian Di Arraseta is 12. He hasn't got a picture, which is why I didn't spot him. He is a really sneaky option. Don't sleep on him. I think he will do well. I think he'll get a lot of decisives. If you want to put Di Arraseta into your squad for the Global Cup, you could be onto something there. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me. If you want to join the Ricky P Cup, I'm going to give away some sort of card for the winner. I haven't really decided yet. There will be a link in the description to join, or you can join with the code YDRJTF. Don't forget as well to join the John Nellis Cup over on his channel, because he's got some amazing giveaways in that. Thanks a lot for joining me guys. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. And check out in the comments the other nations. I will post another video to one of the other nations that I did in this video series. Thanks guys. I'll catch you next time.